Welcome and hello everyone into the ninth part of this online workshop on time management. Hope all of you are fine, doing great, managing your time well, and hope you are enjoying this workshop, this online workshop. Have already enjoyed the first 8 parts of it, and today we are going to discuss very interesting things. And I told you before it as well, we ended the 8th part with an activity and we are going to take it up from there. But before that, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to get notifications, don't click the bell icon. If you want to be notified about the upcoming videos on my channel or the next parts of this workshop or any other workshop that is uploaded, please click the bell icon. But anyways, click the subscribe button. Whether you want to click the bell icon or not is up to you. So let's see what we have in store for you in the 9th part of this workshop, and this is going to be very closely connected with the 8th part. So please take out your notebooks, notepads, or any other form of soft copy that you have kept with you after we ended the 8th part and you went into an activity. Let's go on with this workshop. At the end of the 8th part of this workshop, I gave you an activity for 5 to 10 minutes to jot down what are the common hurdles that you face in managing your time properly, and those are the thieves of your time. Those are the common time bandits. And today I've asked you and I will ask you again to please take out those papers, please take out those soft copies that you have saved with you of those points that you wrote down, that the things that you jotted down, and we will be together discussing the common time bandits as they exist, and they take away our time, they steal our time from us. So we are going to discuss all those, and you're going to match your points with my points, and let's see if you have some extra points. Please feel free to jot them down in the comments section under the 8th or 9th part of this workshop on my YouTube channel, and they will be shared with everybody, and we will really feel great about it. And interaction is something that's really nice, always feels nice. So I welcome you all to do that. First of all, let's start off with I have jotted down a few points here, a few common time bandits as they came to my mind. I have put them up here in this image, in this slide for you people, for all of you to see. And what are the common time bandits? First one I've jotted down is being let down by others. That's a common time bandit, according to me. Oh well, how? Well, when you start something new, you have started a new project, you have started working on something that you think can be good for you, can be really useful, and you can really do well in it. And some people, they let you down. Their opinion is probably that no, this is not going to work, or this is not good enough, or you should not be doing this, you will be wasting your time, stuff of that kind. Different things are said, and different negative things are said, and those things actually bring you down. They bring your confidence down, they bring your morale down. And when that happens, you lag in doing something that you were working towards, and you waste your time. So that negative criticism by people becomes a common time bandit for you. That's a very common time bandit. You know why? Because it's very easy to criticize others. It's very easy to criticize creativity of any kind. whatever kind it is. And it's very difficult to create yourself. To take that first step yourself is very difficult. Not all people can do that. Not all people can do that in every direction. One person is different from the other, and one person is going to work differently from the other. So no two people are totally alike. No two people will have the same capabilities, the same capacities to work in the same manner. That's everybody works differently, So that's why it becomes very easy for other people to criticize creativity, to just say things, and they're not doing it themselves. They're not probably even able to do it themselves, and they will criticize new creativity that comes to them or that they see. So, and what do they do in the process? They let other people down. They let the creative of that task or work or project, the person who's working on it, they let them down. So that wastes their time then, because negative thoughts come to your mind, and you feel probably, yes, I'm not working well, probably I will not be able to do this, so probably the other person is right in some way or the other, and that brings down your confidence. That is a thief of your time, that steals your time from you. So that happens, and in order to overcome that, we should really have a very strong personality, and we should know that where the other person is coming from, and we should be able to judge the other people's intentions well also. And of course, we should be able to understand the fact that no two people can think alike, and that different people have different perspectives on different things. So it's their opinion, and what is my opinion, and what I can do well, I can, and I will carry on with it. You have to be strong enough with that. You have to have some good judgment skills as well. So don't be let down by others, and don't let your time be stolen by that low morality that you feel after being let down by others. Okay, so that according to me is a common time pattern. Then you don't, sometimes we are not using time saving devices. There are different time saving devices that can be used in whatever project we are undertaking, because technology has developed a lot now. These days we have a lot of technology with us. We can if you're working on the computer, there are many apps that we can use to save our time. Then similarly, if we are working on any machine, there are many techniques that we can use, different technology that we can take help from, and that will save our time. If we are, say, cooking in the kitchen, we can use different gadgets and we can save our time. So there are, because technology has skyrocketed, that's why we have so many things that can help us to save time. Use those devices. It's important that we start using those devices to save our time. So not using them is also a common time bandit. Then this is a world where we are connected with people around the world in different ways, like through email. There is a lot of email coming into our inboxes, and we are dealing with that email all the time, and some of it is junk email, and that takes up a lot of our time. And that can also be dealt with, that can be dealt with by creating a separate filter for those emails. We can create a filter for those emails. They will not show up in our inbox then. Okay, so that's easy, managing such emails. Then what we do is we instinctively there is one problem that we are tackling, and then something else comes up and we jump to that, and we start tackling that, and we have not finished with the first one as yet, and that takes away our time, that steals our time again. And we should be able to control ourselves, and we should be able to probably give that other thing to somebody else to deal with rather than dealing with it ourselves, so that time is also saved, two things are dealt with at the same time simultaneously, and we also complete doing two things in the same time frame and save time in that manner. Okay, so sometimes we should delegate to others also. We should not take everything upon ourselves and go in for perfectionism all the time. Perfectionism also is a common time bandit. Perfectionism, when it's there, you want to do everything yourself, and you want to do it in the perfect possible manner. What happens? You take up a lot of time doing it. You're not delegating. You're not depending upon anybody else. You're doing it all by yourself. So it will take a lot of time. So you're not managing your time well. So yes, things have to be done well, but try trusting others to do them well as well. You can just recheck what they have done, but even that will take lesser time than doing it all yourself, all by yourself. So I used to do it personally. It was my habit as well, but I de-learned it, and I de-learned it consciously, because I knew that this is something not good. So I de-learned it. So if you have that habit, try to de-learn it. And then what we do is we have stacks of paperwork with us, and we are shuffling through the papers. We don't know where we have put certain things. You can use those colored sticks. Paper sticks are available. You can use them as separators in your papers that you have in your basket or anywhere in your drawer or somewhere, so that you won't take a lot of time shuffling through all the papers all the time. So this way you can save time. Then we have uninvited visitors also, and uninvited visitors always take up a lot of time, and they waste our time because we have to attend to them also, and then we have to we cannot say no then at times, and that's why we are that becomes our common time bandit. That takes away our time, that steals our time. Well, one way that I think there can be of dealing with such situations is because we are almost all of us are working on computer, so you can just keep your computer on for doing something with you in the meanwhile that you are chatting to the other person or attending some uninvited visitor, or because you cannot say no to them now, or you are doing something for somebody because you cannot say no to them. So sometimes it happens. It's natural as well. You have to have your human relations and keep them intact as well. And it's very important because you have to be a healthy, living, nice kind of a human being. You should be. Every one of us should be. So I don't say don't do it at all. We are not machines, we are humans. But of course, try to manage your time at the same time. So that's important. And then we waste a lot of time online. We are browsing through things for no reason. We don't go to the particular thing that we need to go to. We browse through everything and just a minute, we'll look into this also, I'll look into this also, and this also, and this also, and that way we are losing a lot of our time. So be very, very focused on what you are trying to look up and what you want to do. Don't just look here and there. You will be losing your time in that also. Then there is something else also, because we are connected through so many different communication ways. Emails, we have emails, we have phone calls, we have messages, we have all kinds of stuff coming in, and those unnecessary phone calls also, and they become so long because we're chatting and chatting and chatting, and the other person is not ready to probably drop the line, and we are just chatting and we are wasting away our time. So that also becomes a common time bandit for us. Unnecessary phone calls sometimes can be avoided and should be avoided. You can see that it's an unnecessary phone call, you should just let it be, and then you can send a voice message as well to the person, or you can call at any other time that is kind of free for you, or you're doing something is being done on a machine, or you're doing something that can be with it. You can take a phone call as well. Do that, and that's how you can keep your social contacts as well, and you can manage your time as well. So then this is what happens. Then you should, whatever is your workplace, or at your home, or in your school, or wherever it is, you should keep your desk and your cupboards clean and organized at the same time, because we also waste a lot of time looking for things. You are you don't know where the pair of your socks is, and you find one green sock and one red sock, and not two green socks and two red socks together. So you should organize things, and you should keep them in a manner that you don't waste time looking for them afterwards. So keep your things organized wherever you are. It's your office or your home or your personal wardrobe or anywhere. Keep your things organized. Don't waste time looking for things then. And then you should be very, very precise in your communication skills. And what happens is, because I always say that be precise, be clear, be very have some brevity in your communication. I always say that, but sometimes when other people are communicating to us, they are not clear in their communication. And when they are not clear in their communication, what happens is we lose our time. So that poor communication from others is also becomes a common time bandit for us. How can that be avoided? Well, sometimes you can question back and you can make their communication clear for you. You can understand what they want to say by asking questions. So do that, and that will save your time. Sometimes a colleague comes to us and says, please do this for me, and we just cannot say no, and we say, okay, I will do it for you, and we start doing it without thinking that we are procrastinating our own work. And we could have very easily said to that person that, okay, fine, I'll do it, but I'll do it after I finish this chore of mine, because I'm working on it now, and it's that is what is in my mind. And I cannot stop it, because I will delay it if I do stop. So after finishing this, I will do your work as well. So we could have said that also. Now, by saying that, you will again be managing your time and saving your time and not wasting it. So then we have very, very as I discussed, very long chats over the phone, or when some visitors come in. So we should keep our chats crisp and short. When we are working on something, we should be giving proper attention to our project, and we should not be like we have started one thing and we don't finish that job and we jump to the next one. Well, that also wastes our time. Don't do that. Manage your time well. Be focused. Stay focused. complete your first assignment before you jump to the other, if you are unable to do it simultaneously. If yes, you can do some multitasking and you think that will not waste your time, rather it will save your time, you can do that. It varies from situation to situation then. So there are some more common time bandits that we will be discussing, and let's see what they are. But before that, I have put in something else for you. And what is that something else? And that is a comic strip that I have put up here for you people. There are two colleagues, and one colleague is saying to the other, can you come to my meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow? And the person who is working on the computer says, no, I reserve the first few hours of every morning for useful work. And the person who has come to his office says, that feels like an insult. And the other person says, I call it good time management. There's a lot of overlap. Well, this is so true. He is being called for a meeting, and meetings, are also common time bandits. I call them common time bandits because we, waste a lot of time in meetings. We sit together in a group and we start chatting and we start, taking tea, and we go on talking about things without reaching a certain solution. We don't find solutions. What we do is, for the sake of being defensive or offensive at times, we are just going on and on and on about something, and we offend the other person, and we for the sake of discussion keep on discussing things, and nothing happens. Actually, no solution is found. Actually, the meeting is meant for finding solutions, and we don't do that. And when we don't do that, we are actually wasting our time. And this person who's working on the computer is actually very right when he says that I reserve the first few hours for important work and not attend any meetings, because meetings waste time. Meetings are also a common time bandit according to me. So the other person feels insulted. Of course he will, but the person who's working on the computer says that's time management, good time management. And yes, it is good time management, but you should no need to be so blunt about it. He could have said that fix the meeting at a later hour. We will finish, I want to finish this work in the morning, and then at a later hour I can attend a meeting, something like that. But this is the comic strip, and that's why I've put it in, so that you can be put into a lighter mood. So coming out of this comic strip again, we come to the common time bandits. We discussed in this comic strip, poorly run meetings are a common time bandit, and that I've put up here as well in the list of the different common time bandits that we have. Then we have, as we already discussed, we don't delegate work. We are perfectionists and we don't delegate. And when we don't delegate, we are working all by ourselves alone. We are going to take more time doing things, and that is a common time bandit. Then we do not set deadlines for us, and that is a common time bandit. We should be setting deadlines. If you remember, in the first part of this workshop, we had an activity, and in that activity, I gave you 5 minutes to jot down certain things, and then another 5 minutes to jot down some more things. There were answers to 2 questions separately. 5 minutes each I gave them to you to jot down answers to those questions. And that deadline that I gave you helped you think clearly, or think with speed, probably. So setting a deadline is something, and a realistic deadline, We also discussed that if I had given you 2 minutes instead of 5 minutes, probably you would not have thought clearly. Probably as many ideas would not have come to your mind. Probably you would have felt pressurized by the time constraint that's too low. So that's why you should fix deadlines for you, but they should be realistic deadlines, and they will help you manage your time. You should not be going up in the office. Probably some of us, many of us have this habit of going up to other people and seeing what they are doing. Well, what they are doing, let them do. Finish your work yourself. What you will be doing is, when you are going to check up on them, you will be wasting your time. So don't waste your time. Don't poke your nose into other people's business, and just keep yourself to yourself. Work yourself, manage your time well. Don't waste your time. Then because of that, we when we have such habits, no routine is left, and when there is no routine, it causes fatigue, it causes exhaustion, and we tend to forget things, and we tend to become depressed and worried. We feel anxious, as though something is disturbing us, as though something is not right. And when that happens again, we don't work properly, and when we are not working properly, we are again wasting our time. So these are again interconnected common time bandits. We should not be falling a prey to them at all. We should write down our goals, so that make a to-do list, as we discussed in a previous part of this workshop on time management. I said make a list of to do things during the day, to do things during the week, and then you can of course keep checking on that list every day and on weekly basis as well, so that you have accomplished your goals and what you need to do afterwards. Things of that sort. We discussed that in detail in a previous part of this workshop. You can go to that part and you can listen if you want to. And it's very important. You should be writing down what you need to do, what your goals are. That makes it clear to you in your mind also, and that makes those points unforgettable as well when they are written down with you. You don't forget them. Okay, kind of reminder for you all the time. If you have them with you in front of you, or you can keep checking back on them, that also becomes a kind of reminder. You have to do these things. So don't waste your time thinking about what I need to do next. No, just go back to your to-do list, and you will find out what you need to do, and you can do it then. So the first 10 minutes in the morning, if they are spent on making a to-do list, that is actually saving your time. Do that. Write down your goals. Write down what you need to do. Write down what is important to be done today, so that and you don't again and again waste your time thinking about what you need to do. Then we already discussed that as well. I'll say that again. Don't waste your time on the phone, because talking on the phone takes a lot of time. Probably when you're commuting from one place to another, while sitting in the car, you can talk to some person, socialize, because you have that time with you. You can socialize when you are traveling from one place to another, sitting in the car. You can socialize. That will not waste your time, and that your socializing will also be there with you. Then there are other ways, of course, of saving time and talking to people. Probably when you are probably eating, having your lunch somewhere, you can also talk to somebody on phone. And probably, well, it depends upon your routine, how you do things, how you manage them, so that You can multitask less important things at the same time, and when you don't need to focus a lot on something, you can call the anybody, and you can talk on phone as well. So you have, because we are human beings and we are social animals, we need to, of course, interact with people as well. We should interact with people as well, but at the same time we should manage things and time properly. So do that. When we are indecisive about doing things, that indecision on our part also becomes our time bandit. Because when we are not decided about what we are going to do, we just sit back and do nothing, or we are just procrastinating doing it, or we are just thinking about it over and over again, and we are wasting our time. So indecision is also a common time bandit. Try to decide on things. Try to be focused and very clear in your thinking, and then decide what you need to do, what you want to do. Don't waste your time being indecisive about things, because of course you will be at a loss then, because you will be wasting your time. That's why. So take decisions. Then don't go in for unscheduled meetings. Don't go on for procrastination, because procrastination is something that again wastes your time a lot. And when you're wasting your time through procrastination, what are you doing? You're making your life difficult for you because you're not managing your time well, and things will not be in your control then. So these were the few things that came to my mind. These are the thieves of time that came to my mind. I hope you have matched your time bandits, the list that you made, with my list. And if there is something that's lacking in my list, please mention that in a comment under the 8th or 9th part of this workshop, the video of this workshop uploaded on my YouTube channel. Please do that, and I will enjoy going through your comments. So this is, I think, all for today. We have talked a lot, and we have discussed all the common time bandits and how to combat them also. And I would wind up the 9th part of this workshop on time management here, and I will wish you luck and good health and cheers and good time management. And take care of yourselves. Please like, share and subscribe before you leave. Do click the subscribe button. If you don't want to get notified about the next videos uploaded on this channel, don't click the bell icon. If you want to be notified about everything that goes on this channel, do click the bell icon. But do not forget to click the subscribe button anyways. Take care. Cheers.